Hi, my name is David Eliason, and I am the Chief Information Security Officer. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about why Mitty should consider moving its infrastructure and processes up into the cloud. As we'll see, there's quite a few benefits to do so. So Mitty's mission is to provide quality mittens to a global audience. And its long-term strategy is to be able to do so by increasing more efficient processes and decreasing expenses. So we in the security crew want to align our goals with that of Mitty's long-term goals. And so we can do that by making sure that data is kept private, and we can make sure that by using processes and infrastructure which is efficient. So in any good security solution, you want to make sure that you have a multi-layered approach. So we start off with very thorough planning from the top down. And then we fill in any of the sort of gaps that are vulnerabilities with a variety of technical and controls. So the bedrock of security is you want to make sure that data is kept private. You want to make sure that only individuals who are authorized are able to change data. And you want to make sure that any resources that you have, that they're available when you actually need it. So right now, not only do we have the hardware and software, my team is just overwhelmed. We also have the physical infrastructure. We have to make sure that access is being controlled. So honestly, it's a little overwhelming. There's just too much for us to be able to handle. So if we move to the cloud, one nice thing is that already built in is identity access management, where there is that control in terms of integrity. It's very robust. So that is just part of the ecosystem. And so not only do we have that in terms of making sure that we have the correct identity, we can make sure that through encryption tools and the ecosystem, that is all part of that CIA triad. So one of the nice things about moving to the cloud is that it's much easier for moving into recovery. Right now we have a recovery data center, a physical structure, but by moving to the cloud we can actually have virtual machines and we can just duplicate images. It's just much, much easier. And another nice thing about the cloud is that there's just a whole lot of tools. As the data moves through the pipeline, we can have these different resources that analyze the data, look at the packets, use machine learning to make smart decisions. So another nice thing, and my security team will thank you, is that we can release that whole physical structure, physical controls, give that to the service provider, let them take care of maintaining the physical hardware. And then that will allow us to focus on the more important things, such as compliance and data privacy. As we know nowadays, it's just increasingly important to make sure that our customers, that their information is kept private and confidential. So potential vulnerabilities of moving to the cloud. It's not necessary, but we might have shared tenancy where we're sharing a same server with another tenant. And also, since there are technical tools, we just have to make sure that those are not vulnerable. So how do we take care of those vulnerabilities? Well, we start off with the security governance, which means that we just have a very thorough top-down security plan in place. And then once again, we implement all those security aspects with controls. And so what's the benefit of all this effort? Well, we're going to save money. We use automation in order to make a lot of these processes happen much more easy, auto scaling, and once again, we don't have to worry about the physical structure. And additional savings are we get to use and enjoy all the economies of scale. The service providers invest a lot of money, and they provide an ecosystem that we're able to use. Also, oftentimes they provide an audit that we don't have to pay for. So as you can see, we've taken this seriously. We've crunched the numbers, we've looked at what it would cost, and so there is an initial cost for moving our current status up into the cloud. But as we'll see in this next slide, it does pay off over time. So here's where we have a little bit of the initial cost just for the cost of moving things up to the cloud. But then here, the costs start to decrease as the cost of our physical data structure, just as an example, we no longer have to worry about. In conclusion, we can see that the cloud offers a wide variety of dynamic tools. It allows an ecosystem where everything is intertwined in the data pipeline. And all of this is aligned with the strategic goals. Thank you so much.